On today's episode, I'm going to be taking a look at this very nostalgic Packard Bell from the mid-90s. I picked this up at eWaste. We're going to see if it'll work. It's in beautiful condition. So stick around and we'll see if there's anything left to discover on this well-preserved Packard Bell. It's coming up right now on Retro Hack Shack After Hours. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Retro Hack Shack After Hours. Special thanks to all my subscribers on my second channel here. I've got another one just called Retro Hack Shack, and this is Retro Hack Shack After Hours. And one thing that I love to do on this channel is E-Waste Wednesday. That's right. It's E-Waste Wednesday for me because that's when I record this video. People have asked, well, if you're not putting out the videos necessarily on Wednesday, why do you still call it E-Waste Wednesday? And well, I guess I could delay things and put out the videos on Wednesday, but I just like to get the content out there at a time when people want to watch it. And that usually means the weekends. So even though this is probably coming out on the weekend, it's still Wednesday when I go to eWaste and pick up these treasures, and it gives us the nice moniker, the nice acronym, EW for eWaste Wednesday. I even made t-shirts for eWaste Wednesday. Next time I score it big at eWaste, I'm going to be printing out t-shirts for all the guys that go there with me. There's about a dozen or so, I guess, that go there with me on Wednesday, and I'm going to get all their sizes and print them out t-shirts as soon as I have some extra funds to do that. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about what I find at eWaste, and this time it's a beauty. How nostalgic is this? Packard Bell Legend 812 CD. If you were around in the mid-90s and lived anywhere near a CompUSA or a Circuit City or any of those types of computer places, you probably saw ads in the circular for this very machine or one that was very similar to it. In fact, while I was editing this episode, I found an ad from the JCPenney Christmas catalog, which would have come out just a few months after Windows 95 was released. And it's hard to read, but it looks like this model is actually included here in the catalog for sale for Christmas in 1995. And if I'm reading this right, this was actually the 814 CD model, and it went on sale for almost $2,400 that year, which is almost $5,000 in 2024. But if that was too much for you, not to worry, you can always pick one up on sale at Circuit City.
Now through Monday, get unbeatable low prices at Circuit City's Columbus Day weekend sale. Hurry in for big savings in every department. All big screen TVs are on sale. All hi-fi VCRs are on sale too. And right now, take home this sharp 25-inch TV with remote for just $259.97. Or this Packard Bell multimedia computer with 75 megahertz Pentium processor, color monitor, and more, now just $1599.97. It's Circuit City's Columbus Day weekend sale. Don't miss it.
This logo, Packard Bell didn't always have this logo. They had an older logo, which I've shown off on the channel before, but this logo especially is so nostalgic from the mid-90s. And this is just after I built my first computer, which was a Pentium 90. We'll take a look at the specs in a minute, but the other thing about this that made me just want to grab it from eWaste is it is essentially in mint condition. I mean, there are a few scratches, not even scratches. These are just like black marks from things that were set on top of this. And when I saw it in the pile and I saw what good condition it was, I had to check it out. So this is in beautiful condition. It's not yellowed except for a little bit of yellowing on this CD-ROM, but that's the only thing that has any yellowing to it. Everything else is beautiful and really seems like it's basically in mint condition. I can't find anything wrong with it. So let's take a closer look at this machine, and then I'll see if I can open it up. We'll see if we can get it working. Maybe the original programs are still loaded on here. That would be really cool. So let's get started by taking a closer look. All right, so first let's just take a look at the front here. Of course, we've got the Packard Bell logo and the model number there, the Legend 812 CD, Pentium inside. Oh man, and the dual tone plastics. The beige plastic here, like I said, not faded at all. And the gray plastic down here, this was basically the way that these things were built. It seems like for years and years, all those circulars that came on Sunday would have something that looked like this at the local computer stores. Of course, we have a 3.5-inch floppy, got to have that. And this CD-ROM over here. This is a quad speed CD-ROM, very much period for this time in computer history. And of course, the power button down there on the corner. Now, normally what I would do is when I'm looking at this, the first thing I would have to do is look up the model number and see, what the specs were, at least that it shipped with. And, people may have upgraded it or whatever, but I usually go to either Wikipedia or just do a Google search on the model number to see what the specs are. Well, in this case, I don't have to do that because whoever owned this left the spec sticker, which was usually, part of all these because any one of them could be displayed in the store. And it's right here. So we know that this shipped with a 100 megahertz Pentium, 850 megabyte hard drive, 8 megs of RAM, some sort of stereo sound system or sound card with speakers included. Of course, you've got to have a modem. So this would have been shipped with a 14.4 modem, very period. That was my first modem, or not my first modem, but in the first computer I built, the modem that I was able to select was a 14.4. So again, very period, quad speed CD-ROM. Telephone answering system. So we'll have to check out and see if this software is still on there. I remember having some of that software that came with my modem. Oh, look at this MPEG-1 video playback. Ooh. So yeah, and there's a card in here. The video card has 1 mega video memory, very standard for the time. It's advertising that it has PCI local bus video and IDE hard drive interfaces. So yeah, this thing is just really, really cool that it has all this stuff on here. Special features. Packard Bell Fast Media. Whoa, Fast Media keyboard. We'll have to see what that is. At the press of a key, you can do all of these cool things. You can barely even tell what's going on there. But anyway, that's the top. Nothing other special at the top. It's just the top of a case, but I thought that was cool that it had the spec sticker still stuck to the top. I wonder if this was like, this is in such good condition. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like somebody's grandma's PC that they had and, barely used it or anything, and then eventually just got rid of it, because this thing is in way too good shape to have been one that had gotten heavy use. I just can't imagine it. So not a whole lot going on, and there never really was on the back of these, budget desktop PCs that were sold in the computer stores, but there is a serial number and model number there, it looks like. And then back here, of course, we have some built-in ports. There's printer ports, serial ports, mouse, keyboard, and video all built in. And then we have a sound card, but this looks like a combination sound card and modem, which was also quite common back in the day to save space because you didn't have very many expansion slots. And take a look at this. The QA seal. So that seal that either, typically these things would have said warranty void if seal is broken or something like that. It looks like that seal is even coming off. So maybe we can salvage that. I'm definitely going to open this up, but maybe we can salvage that sticker so that it still seems like it's never been opened. That is really cool. So anyway, that's a quick look at the outside of this PC. It's just amazing how nostalgic this thing is. If you had one of these, or, if this model even was one of your PCs, your first PCs that you had, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. All right, so like I said, this sticker looks like it is already loose, and indeed it is. Normally what I would recommend is that people use heat to heat this up before trying to take it off. There we go. All right, so that sticker is up, and I want to put something in there so that it doesn't get restuck as I'm working on this. There we go. A little piece of blue tape there should do the trick, and that should come off. Yeah, that should come off easily when it's time to put this back together. Yeah, so it is quite possible, in fact probable, I would say, that we are the first people to ever get into this particular computer. Not, oh, look at that snap. Yeah, almost definitely the first people to open this up after it came out of the factory, which is just crazy. And by the way, I will tell you how much I paid for this particular computer at the end of the episode, like I usually do. Try to get good deals when I can. In fact, I was going to buy 2 computers this time, and they kind of charged me a little bit more than I wanted to pay. So I grabbed this one because I really wanted to see what this looked like. So let's see if this case will come off now. Yep, there it comes. There we go. And this thing is so packed, it does make it a little bit hard for me to show you around. I don't think I'm going to disassemble it all quite yet. I think I will, try to turn it on first. I did want to get to the battery, which is on the motherboard right behind this little post here, but I think I can get that out. So there's a CR2032 battery. I think I can pull it out. But what I'm noticing is that this motherboard is extremely clean. And there's not even any dust on the fan really to speak of. I mean, yeah, I don't know how much this computer was actually used. I mean, we'll find out when we power it up when it was last used, if the operating system's still working. But the hard drive is in here, luckily. Don't always get those because some places pull those out. With things this old, though, I don't know that it really matters. I'm not going to give away any personal information, and not even really sure how useful it would be except to get somebody's name. Maybe you could find a social security number. I don't know, but something this old isn't going to be, I don't think, too valuable. But anyway, glad to see the hard drive because it may still be working. Everything else looks like it's in really good shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the power off the motherboard and go ahead and turn this computer on, and we'll see what the power is coming off of here before we actually try to power up the motherboard. It's kind of a standing testing procedure that I always do just to make sure there's no shorts or anything coming from the power supply that could hurt anything on the computer. So let me grab my multimeter and we'll see what the voltage rails say. And this computer is old enough that it is an AT power supply, not ATX. And the good thing about that is it has a hard power button instead of the soft power button like ATX has, where you have to either put a jumper in or whatever and then hit the power button thing to make it come on. It doesn't have that. It has an actual physical power button. So let's go ahead and turn it on, leaving the peripherals plugged in. There could be shorts on the peripherals, but I've almost never seen that. It's not something I typically worry about. So let's just go ahead and turn this on. Those peripherals will generate enough load to hopefully get this power supply to start. Here we go. Fans on the power supply. Let's go ahead and see if we have 5 volts. And we do, 5.14. That is awesome. And let's at least make sure we've got 12 volts on here. We can test them all though. So we've got 11.5 on the 12 volt rail. That's totally fine. Negative 11 on the negative rail and 5 volts on the power good rail. Yep. Negative 4.8 on the negative 5 volt rail. So all the power looks good. I can plug this thing back in. I'll get a monitor. We'll hook it up and just see if it works. But before I do that, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, PCBWay. PCBWay offers low-cost, high-quality PCB manufacturing and a whole lot more. They offer flexible and rigid-flexible PCBs. They offer surface mount assembly. They offer high-density PCBs with up to 60 layers. They offer aluminum PCBs, and they also offer custom metal and plastic parts that need to be CNC milled or 3D printed. So check out PCBWay for all your PCB manufacturing needs, and I thank them for their support of the Retro Hack Shack. All right, well, I've got a keyboard, monitor, and mouse hooked up. I couldn't find a Packard Bell mouse. I thought I had one, so I got a compact mouse. We won't tell anybody about that and hurt anybody's feelings. But let's look at this, too. I've got my Neo Retro mechanical keyboard hooked up with my special adapter that I still need to do a video about, plugged into the PS2 port in the back. And just look at how nicely it matches, except for the red keys, which are, kind of my own personal choice to kind of spice things up. But just look at the color of the keys on this thing, and the gray matches exactly to the beige and the gray on this Packard Bell. I love it. Okay, I saw a light come on the keyboard. Yep, here we go, Packard Bell. 100 megahertz Pentium, which we already knew, 8 mega RAM. So yeah, it doesn't look like they've done any updates or anything. I didn't get to change out the battery because it's one of those batteries that's soldered in, but this is not complaining yet about, it's not. It did not complain about the BIOS, and it's just starting up. Oh my word. So someone had a Microsoft mouse on this. CD-ROM just powers up. Wow. How cool is that? Oh, I didn't hook up the speakers. I got to hook up the speakers. I don't know if I can get there in time. There we go. Looks like Windows is running. Something is loading. Let's see what happens. I can both see and hear. Oh, look. Navigator.
Welcome from Packard Bell.
Oh, cool.
We offer you 2 computing environments to choose from. Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure how to use the mouse, folks. I mean, that's kind of weird because, to me anyway, because Apple with Macintosh was doing something similar back in 1984, teaching people how to use the mouse. And here it is, 1995 or 96. You would think that by now people would be used to using a mouse, but, maybe not. I don't know. I remember this. I didn't hear the Windows startup sound, but I got the speakers plugged in on time. And then it started going over the Packard Bell Navigator. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if this thing was ever used. I don't know if this computer was ever used. I can't tell. It is as stock can get. Is there a CD in here or something? Yep, there is. And it is the Packard Bell Navigator CD. Right in the CD-ROM drive. I wonder if anybody even booted this up, or maybe they did a few times and didn't use this. This is awesome. So we've got Internet, Action 3.0, FaxWorks 3.0, Microsoft Money, Microsoft Work, Systems Manuals, Accessories, Additional Information. So these are all the software manuals that come with it. That is so cool. I just hit enter by mistake. So we're, I guess, bringing up some manual. There it is with the Packard Bell branding, FaxWorks 3.0. Click here to go to the information room. Okay, let's go to the information room. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, it came bundled with all of this stuff and had this cool interface here. This mouse isn't the best, but oh man, Prodigy, AOL, CompuServe, News. Oh man, all of this stuff. Look at this. What's this? Quick access to task templates and computer functions. There it is. Packard Bell Pentium processor. Replacing CMOS RAM battery. Here's just what I needed. Oh, it doesn't tell you how to do it. It just says contact Packard Bell customer service for assistance. But like I said, it's a soldered on battery, so they would have to take this apart, desolder it, and solder in a new one. Get more from your Packard Bell system. This is how you should sit in a chair and put your hands on the keyboard. Whether you write memos, build spreadsheets, use the information superhighway in quotation marks, or play games, your new Packard Bell system will become an important part of your life. Wow, it sure is. Create a comfortable work area while you use your new Packard Bell system. Look, this is how you place your keyboard. This is how you place your chair. This is how you place your components. Oh my word. I remember this so well. All of this stuff was so cheesy, but like it's what we had back in the day. Here's the built-in MIDI player. You can access that right here. And here's America.mid. Let's see what else is on here. This looks like a playlist. Oh, Canon D.mid. Entertainer. Hello My Baby, I think it's Hello My B.mid. Maple Rag. Min Waltz. Mood 2. Peter, is that Peter and the Wolf? Prelude. Boy, there's a lot of stuff on here. When the Saints Go Marching In. Let's play a little bit of that. So can you just imagine getting this, I don't know, if you were a little kid or something, your parents get a computer, you go in, of course you're going to be playing with this stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can exit to Windows here. So there we go. There is absolutely like nothing on this thing. This mouse is driving me bananas. Might have to get a new one. So yeah, we got Packard Bell audio utilities, dictionary for kids, expert software, bicycle classics. I'm not sure, Chess Master. Not sure how many of these would have come standard with this PC. Here's Chess Master 3000, but I couldn't find the CD or something. The delete object failed in Smart Delete. Not sure what that is. Oh, I guess it is working though, so. Oh, it's fast too. Ooh. Anyway, Chess Master 3000 is working. There's something called the Magic Death. Looks like it had a lot of demo stuff on here. Wonder what this was. Oh yeah, it must have been something off of a CD-ROM that just installed some shortcuts. So yeah, this definitely wasn't, it's not, somebody did use this, but the fact that they didn't even disable Navigator, which I think almost everybody did pretty soon after buying one of these. Leads me to believe that it wasn't really used that much. Here's the Family Doctor Bicycle Classics. I think that would have been for like Bicycle, the card games, because I see Cribbage in here and Solitaire. Of course, America Online. This is version 2.5. It did have Microsoft Works on here, the basic Microsoft package. Let's see if anybody wrote anything in Microsoft Works on this thing. Okay, yeah, so here's some personal documents, for example. I'm going to open this one up just to see what it says, but I'm not going to reveal any personal information. Here we go. Please join us for the blessed event, the baptism of our daughter. Saturday, February 5th, 2000. Someone was using this as late as 2000? Wow. So I guess it's not that far. I mean, this was built for Windows 95, so I'm assuming it came out in 95 or slightly, maybe 96 or something like that. So I guess that's 4 years. But yeah, whoever was using this, they certainly did a good job at keeping this thing from getting scuffed up or anything, because it is in great condition. But anyway, there you have it. It's the Packard Bell 812 CD, a Pentium 100 system that came out either 95, 96 range, Windows 95, Packard Bell Navigator with all the goodies still loaded, and from what I can tell, very lightly used and very well taken care of. Everything's working. It was going to go to scrap, but I was able to save it and bring it back here to show you, and it's definitely just such a nostalgic piece. Definitely put this in my collection to pull out maybe for a future video. Now, I know you're probably wondering how much I paid for this. I paid a grand total of $25. Now, of course, it didn't come with a mouse or a keyboard or a monitor or anything like that, but $25 just for the system in such great shape. I can't complain at all. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you like taking a look at the things that I find at eWaste. If you do, be sure to hit the like button, because that really tells YouTube to spread my video to more viewers like you with similar interests as you, and I would really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos about what I find at eWaste and PCs and things like that, I will put another video in a playlist right over here so you can watch that one, and I'll see you in that video next. Bye-bye, everybody.
End of line.